Dornier represents a great name in aviation. Dornier has built many, many airplanes, civilian airplanes, fighter planes, and also transport aircraft. So Dornier is known for great engineering and pioneering engineering, I would say, and that stands also for its products. Dornier seaplanes were used all around the world for mail delivery, but also for other purposes. A polar expedition was done with Amundsen, who made history with a Dornier flying boat on the northern polar site. But also Dornier airplanes were used as surveillance airplanes during the World War, the Second World War, where Dornier 24 airplanes were rescuing over 11,000 people out of the open ocean. The most interesting part of Dornier's history were the seaplanes, and for me the seaplanes were always my favorite project, and especially the old seaplanes my grandfather built, the Dornier 24, which then later on got a life again. I thought, my God, the world hasn't seen this airplane, I must show this airplane to the rest of the world. Mission dream. One can imagine that a guy like me, the grandson of Claude, can actually own an old Dornier flying boat. We got this airplane out of the museum and put it nicely together and flew it around the world and used this flying boat to do a world tour. I mean, this is amazing. A world tour with an old Dornier flying boat, and that's exactly what we did 2004 in the springtime. Many people ask me, what makes a Dornier airplane different than other airplanes? There's so many seaplanes around, and why is the Dornier, or why is it different? What makes the Dornier airplane different to these other airplanes? And I can tell you, a Dornier airplane is an airplane which is built not only for lakes. This airplane is built very, very sturdy. It can sustain an open ocean. Of course, it depends on the sea stage, and it is built very, very sturdy, especially with these pontoons or with these floats down there, as you can see. They provide a lot of stability. That means while the airplane is in the water, it's easy to enter the cockpit or leave the cockpit through those sponsons. This airplane has another fantastic feature. It can tilt its wing 90 degrees and can be therefore transported easily in a container, or it can be launched from or to a boat, to a yacht, for example. By building these seaplanes, we were thinking about the noise. Many of those seaplanes right now being built, they have pushers. That means the engine is tilted backwards with the propeller, and that again is not really what we wanted because it creates a lot of noise. So we decided to keep on going with the tractor principle. Most of the Dornier planes had that concept of having the propeller up front, and it turns out to be a very, very, very wonderful feature on the airplane. It provides also a lot of stability for the airplane when it launches out of the water. So it is, in short terms, a wonderful, very sturdy built airplane and a real Dornier product. I flew along with the Dornier 24 with a friend of mine, a test pilot friend of mine, and we were just chatting there. It was a beautiful day, flying along there, and somehow we talked about seaplanes, new modern seaplanes. And this moment was an unforgiving moment because it contributed to the now so-called S-Ray 007 amphibious multi-purpose airplane, which now is in production. It's a two-seater airplane, an airplane for sports, for surveillance, for training. You may use it for anything, and it behaves like a speedboat on the water, and it's beautiful to fly. It can even be launched from a boat and put down in the water, and you can use it and store it even in the garage. You want to motivate people to believe in their dreams. I have been always trying to believe in my dreams, and only because I believed in my dreams, so many of my dreams came true. And this is basically the message what we want. And sometimes those dreams they're almost magic. They turn into a reality once you really believe in it, and that's the positive message I want to deliver. And for us, it's not easy to do this kind of tour because so many things may cause us some difficulties on the way around the globe. Flying with this kind of airplane, yeah, it's going to be very exciting, but we try it anyways.